Now we are at Ellora Cave 3. This is somewhat lower down in the rock, is a vihara or monastery and belongs to the same period as Cave 2, but this never seems to have been perfectly completed. The right half of the front wall is entirely gone, as is also the veranda before it. It is a perfect square measuring around 45 feet on each side. The roof is a height of 11 feet and supported by 12 columns with drooping ears falling over circular necks. 3 of them on each side are blocked out with octagonal necks. There are 12 cells for the monks, 5 on each side and 2 in the back. However, the one of the cells at the right is completely broken now. Between the 2 cells in the back is the shrine, smaller than in the last cave, and the figures more abraded, but otherwise almost exactly the same. On the left wall of the cave are 2 smaller sculptures of Buddha and attendants. This is Cave 4. This cave is much ruined, the whole of the outer half of it having disappeared. It measures around 35 feet wide and 40 feet deep up to 2 pillars with pilasters with capitals having drooping florid ears, the shafts being square below and the necks having 32 flat flutes. Behind which is a cross aisle. The entrance is by means of a side door facing the south. At the left end is a prominent figure of Padmapani seated like a Buddha with a high head dress. A small image of Buddha has a crest on the front of it, and his locks hanging down upon his shoulders, a deer skin upon his left shoulder, a mala or rosary in his right hand, and clasping a lotus to his left thigh. The back wall is pierced with doors to 2 cells in the shrine. The dwarapalas are carved with elaborate headdresses, and a dwarf stands between each and the door. In the shrine, Buddha is seated in the usual teaching attitude with a nimbus behind his head and the sacred Bodhi tree rising from behind it. The attendants in this case stand behind the throne and are carved in bas-relief. The tall attendant on his left is richly dressed and with a jambi across his breast. Ascending a few steps, we entered a very large vihara, the largest in Maharashtra, about 117 feet deep and 58 feet wide. The roof is being supported by 24 pillars with square shafts. In capitals of type we have seen earlier in Cave 2, having a thick compressed cushion as the chief feature of the capital. They are arranged in 2 rows of 10 each from front to back, and the space between is divided into 3 passages by 2 low stone benches. As the cave had at least 20 cells for monks, these were either the low tables for dining, or it may possibly have been a sort of monastic school, and these benches, the reading desks of the scholars, or they may serve for both purposes. The columns are delicately carved. At the entrance of the left aisle is a chapel which contained a sitting figure of Buddha and is now quite destroyed. In the shrine at the back is a large seated Buddha with attendants, and on each side the door and arched recesses are attendants separately. Padmapani, on the left side, attended by 2 small female figures with head dresses resembling royal crowns. The other figure is more richly bejeweled and similarly attended, while dwarfs on clouds above bring garlands and presents to them. Connected with this cave on the right side was another shrine, above Cave 4, but the rock had fallen away, so that is inaccessible without a ladder. This shrine contains the usual image of Buddha and attendants, also a female figure holding a lotus stalk with her attendants. Round it was a passage called Pradakshinapath for circumambulation, like in Hindu temples. From this passage and the vestibule in front several cells were entered. The half of the shrine, however, had slid down and now blocks the west side of the front cell of Cave 4 just below it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more videos like this.